Hey!
Yes! Hello.
Welcome to our first podcast.
Yes.
This is Meet Me at
The water
the
cooler.
Watercooler.
Yes.
I am iCKEST. I am a content creator, and I have been in the industry for about a decade and some years, so like 15, 16
I
years.
was gonna say, have
So
you on the
yeah.
plus some years? Okay, you've been in this thing, honey.
Yes, and so have you.
A little bit, dilba dabble. Yes, I am T. Watson. Hello, I'm a photographer, videographer, and producer. I work on a few projects here and there.
Yeah. How many years?
Not a decade. But close to it.
You're getting
Close
there.
to it, As time progresses, more things get added to that list.
It's our first podcast. Oh
Our
my
first
god.
one. Welcome.
Welcome, y'all. Okay, so the reason why I teamed up with T-Wat here is because we met at work. And we figure since we're going to do this project together, we can have something related to how we met, which was at work. And then, like, there was moments in time where I remember whenever something would go down, like if our day was going horrible, you'll be like, "Hey, can we go meet over here real quick? I'm gonna tell you something." I mean, sometimes it was by a water cooler, but in that sense, that's why we came up
Yeah.
with this name. So
Maybe by the
so
water
cool.
cooler.
Do you remember when we first met? Like what kind of day it was, or like?
I don't remember the first time we met. I just remember like the time period we met. I mean, I kind of just started. You were there for a little bit longer than I was.
Of course I was.
Um,
Which, by the way, we are in media, so we did work in photography, and it was
yes,
an
that's how we met.
appointment, yeah, like an appointment based kind of industry. So
Yeah, we used to, do portraits together and slay the kids.
not the kids.
We're talking with you things, honey. Talking with you things.
I remember the first time I met you. It was like one of those like slow mo scanning moments,
Mhm.
like me and you like eye to eye, and I was just like,
Well, yeah, because you
yeah,
was walking
it's
around,
one
always
of
walking
us.
around like a diva. I
Me?
mean, not much has changed. Okay, he was ickes, honey. Okay, coming through with ickes. You better get out of my way. Who are you? Who's this new fish? Who's this new fish, girl?
Not new
Girl.
fish.
And then you were like, oh, hey, sis. And they're like, and then,
But
we became the bitches in the office, bitch one and two. The official bitches, I should say, because there's a few bitches up in that place.
I know there's always like that one bitch at work that takes it so serious, like they're a
Oh, yeah.
freaking manager.
Yeah.
I don't miss that. I don't miss that life.
I don't either. It's us. Yeah. It's a paycheck, clock in,
And
clock out, and that's it for
I
you.
was worried though one time, like I did take work seriously. Do you remember this? Actually, you did too. You had a
At
moment
a point
when,
back when, and then I learned better, and I was like, oh, what am I doing?
yeah, there's this one time when you took that promotion. So like,
I mean, they
you
wanted
because
me.
he was,
They wanted
we
me.
were working. Yeah, they did. We were working like really great as a team
Hmm.
in the photo studio,
Hmm.
and then when you got promoted, he basically became like above me. So like certain things needed to be reported, certain things needed approval through him. And I remember I forget, there was like some kind of change in the schedule,
Hmm.
and I had mentioned it to you like
Hmm.
that because we weren't notified, right? We weren't notified of the
Right.
change that happened upstairs. And then I remember typing it in an email or was it a chat? I don't remember. About like, hey, can you make sure you let us know da 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 da? But it was like your response was like in caps and very pointed.
Not in caps. Oh no! I
It
was
was in
yelling.
caps.
I was
Yeah,
yelling.
digitally. And you're like, can you make sure you check first before you start? Oh my
I
gosh, that
did
was so
not.
funny.
Ah,
But that was like
not
maybe the
me,
first.
girl.
But that was like the first time I remember, like when I realized, I was like, oh damn, he takes this really seriously. And then when I finally, because I guess like that promotion stage,
Mhm.
or like, you got the job already, obviously, but during that time you were there, I never really hung out with you.
We didn't because I was
Eh,
always in the office and you were always out and about. Like when we first met, because this was like
yeah, I,
years after I was working there.
yeah. And then I remember I mentioned it to you in person. I was like,
Mhm.
hey, we don't hang out anymore. And you're like, yeah, I miss you. And I was like, oh, do you?
I do, and you know what? I was hanging around someone else a lot at the time too, though. If
Oh
you know who I'm
yeah.
talking about, yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Office troll.
But yeah, no. But when I first started working there, when we were back at the original spot, at least for me, the original spot. Um, After the initial meet and greet, we worked together a few times. We kind of really clicked. You know what I mean? We started talking a lot
Yes.
together, and then we even started hanging out
Hmm.
outside of work together. You actually kind of popped my Disneyland cherry. You know, we used to go to the downtown Disney because I didn't have my pass yet at the time. You know, you was definitely a few stages above me, and we go downtown Disney, drink, and have a little fun. Um,
Oh, good times.
yeah,
Good
and
times.
then eventually I got my pass, and then we would go to Disneyland together, and after work, go straight there, have a drink, and have some fun. So
Yeah.
that was, we had a whole good 5, 7 years. Okay, we were like 5 years before that other incident that you mentioned happened.
What incident? The one I just mentioned?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember too, like when like before you took it, you were kind of contemplating, like, I don't know, like I would be like stuck here, like stuck in a
In the
sense where
office, right? I'm not traveling.
yeah, you don't have like change because my daily schedule was changing. I mean, you
It
were
was
there,
changing.
you
Yeah, we
you
were at
with me.
different
Yeah, it was
locations every
changing.
day. Yeah,
Hmm.
different times,
Yeah, we would set
different
up
staff.
studio in like
Hmm.
different place.
Yeah.
Yeah, different stuff every day.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was a crazy change, and then but I think ultimately you took it because you wanted that stable.
Wanted the stability and I want the consistency at the time, and it
Hmm.
sounded good, and I enjoyed what I was doing. So I was like, if I can go a step further and be a part of the change and implementing certain things that I know that when I was in the studio with everyone else, I was, very much hands on, very much like, oh,
Yeah.
let's do this way. This doesn't make sense. Even in meetings, I was very vocal about situations and certain things, especially knowing that other people felt that way. And so I was like, well, why
Hmm.
not go ahead and be in a position where I can already be there and not have to talk to someone else about it? Then come to find out,
Yeah.
that place likes to restructure left and right. So upon
Uh-huh.
me getting there was restructure happening, and they wanted things done a certain way. And then I'm like, well, what happened to doing it this way? You know what I mean? We used to do it this way. Let's do it. So it's a lot of things at play at the time. But I was like, why not? And I felt that for a time, I was having some kind of effect on things. And then eventually I was like, well, why am I doing this? Because they're going to do what they want to do anyways. I'm wasting my breath. I
Yeah.
don't get paid
It's a
enough to
lot
do this.
of
And I'm just hanging out with
exactly.
my friends, doing hood rat,
It's a lot
my hood
of
rat friends.
office politics.
Yes.
That's what I hated the most, even though I kept going back for some reason. I don't know.
Right.
But anyways, so can you tell me a time when like there what like any like hilarious significant moments at work? Because I have one.
It would usually be the days we work together because we would,
Yeah,
flow off of
obviously.
each other's energy, and then, of course, everyone always thought that they were on some kind of TV show because we were together, and they would just get their life because we were that entertaining for them. So, I mean, those are always fun for me, and it was someone who I felt was just as snappy as I was. So
Hmm.
it was fun.
I remember this one time we set up a temporary studio somewhere, and since we are appointment based, I remember this walk-in came, right? This walk-in came. I was like, "Oh, I don't have an appointment, but I really need to get this done," and da da da. So you were checking them in, and then you gave your whole spiel, and you said, "By the way, even though I'm checking you in, if an appointment comes in,
Mm-hmm.
you are going to have to wait."
That
And
was
then
the
I
policy,
heard it from
and they built
no,
that
I
in.
get it. I get it, but what was funny is the fact that the room was empty.
I mean, you never
there
know.
was there was nobody there, and like all of our appointments were like no show or late anyway, but I thought that was so funny
Sure,
because
yeah.
even the customer was like even the customer was like, "Wait, so you mean if like I think it was like 10 o'clock in the morning. Like, you mean I'm gonna walk in at 10, but if the 10 o'clock came, I would still have to wait? Like, she had to
Yeah,
verify
because
with you, and you're like,
appointment, honey. They pre-planned to be here at a certain time. You decided just to walk on and mosey your way in here and expecting us to just bow to your graces, girl. No, like, have a seat. Thank you.
no, and I agree with you. I just thought it was funny because your delivery was very what you just did right now. That's why, like, I was behind a background and I heard you, and I was like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Honey, they
well.
love to get me on how I say stuff, but they know it's the truth. Okay.
But see, you're the type to be like, I said what I said.
Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, correct me. No.
No, you're correct.
Thank you. Next caller. So, with that being said,
Oh my
what is
God.
one of your I want to say your worst memories, but what is the one of the things that I guess one of your most negative or the most I don't like to use the word negative, but you know what I'm saying, something that you remember that just wasn't the best time being there.
Like with
No,
you
just in
or in the
general, being
industry?
at the place we used to work at or used to work at.
Oh, there's so many. Where do I begin? I think it was a time when we had it was another restructure, and there was a new incoming
Mm.
manager, and oh my gosh, we've had so many toxic managers, by the
Right.
way. There was a manager that came in that was very, um, I want to say narcissistic
Oh,
and very
those still
like,
exist, honey. They still exist.
oh yeah,
They're still there.
but then but she had this like attitude of approaching people to make herself seem likable, which is funny because there was one of our coworkers had told me like, "Hey, be careful. She ain't what she seems to be." And I remember you already like, I don't know about her. She seems iffy to me. Like you already had that inkling, but for me I was just like, "Ah, I got to prove myself, because every other season that I would come back, I felt like I had to prove myself in
Right.
order
Stay
to
longer.
get some kind of
It's
get some kind of like
recognition.
raise and like
Right. Right.
compensation. I'm sorry,
Right.
and because this new manager was coming in, I kind of felt like I had to start all
Right. You have to
over.
prove it to them.
But yeah, but then she did this thing where like, oh, I want to set up a one-on-one with like all of the leads at the time, and because I was the supervisor, I remember I had a one-on-one with her, and she had mentioned all this stupid shit with me about like, I want to restructure the pay scale. I want to give everyone, and this is the red flag for me was the fact that everything was verbally, like a verbal exchange with me, and not
Written.
not like a printed
Right.
document or an email. And what she was telling me was basically like my pay would go up a few dollars, a few, not a couple, a few, and then she said, "Oh, your fellow peers will also be compensated the same way. So feel free to share this information." And I didn't want to seem like I didn't want to gatekeep, so I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna tell
Right.
them."
Right.
And I told my fellow peers, and they were like, "Really?" And then they kind of reconfirmed it on their own time when they did speak with her one on one as well. So I wasn't the only one that heard this. And then when it came down to this whole like, she's about to be the manager and she's about to make this change, the company restructured again and took her away and gave her a promotion and left us out to dry. That pissed me off. Oh my
They
god,
love to
I
do
don't
that.
miss that. Yeah, and apparently they're still doing it to this day. It sucks. Corporate America. I hate it.
Yeah, but at least you can say you were one of the first photo supervisors because after you, they became, plenty. So it was a
Hmm.
start for sure.
Yeah, like I was already frustrated with my own thing, and you were battling your own little office
Hmm.
politics, and so they didn't really
Yeah.
care.
Well, allegedly busy
It
child.
sucks. Is there like a significant time for you like that at work? Like, I guess it doesn't have to be as
I
negative,
mean,
but
for me, it was kind of, I guess, because it happened when I was still kind of new, so it was kind of scary in a sense. I remember we were again at a temporary studio, and I was going to lunch, and I had went and I had brought my lunch. I had a hot pocket, right? And so at the
uh
time, they were trying to be cute and had these black curtains to divide the front room and the studio. And so also at the time, they used to be able to bring family and friends to their photo sessions, and that's before we started limiting how
yeah.
many people they can take with them. Which this incident
Hmm.
probably helped initiate that. So, anyways, so there was a black curtain. And I'm going to lunch, and so I have my hot pocket in my hand, and I'm about to go to the back so I can warm it up. And you know me, I walk, honey, I walk, and so I'm walking to the curtain, and boom, I hit this old lady, smack down to the floor. Her grandbaby's in there getting her pictures, taking her sons in the other room, rushes in there. Child, it becomes a whole thing. They have to call the ambulance, and I'm right behind the grandma trying to make sure she's okay. My hot pocket fell somewhere on the floor, and so I'm just there, making sure she's okay because she's on the floor. Like I don't know what to do. Just call 911. Let's hurry up and get her up. And so they come and get statements and stuff like that. And so the son, he over here talking about he was rushing with his hot pocket in his hand. It was hot, so he was rushing. And I was like, first of all, sir, the hot pocket was cold. Okay, I just walk when I walk. Okay, it's not my fault that like. And so I was like, don't put that narrative out there that I was just in a rush, rush, rush. No, I wasn't. But with the black curtain, I don't know who's right behind it. I just kind of walked right through it, and boom, she was there. So eventually, I was like, great. I think it was like my second season. I was like, great. They're gonna lay me off early this year. And I'm like, great, blah blah, because I didn't handle the first year I got laid off too well. Child, I did
No.
not handle that too well. But after that, once that happened, and they called me back for another season, I was like, oh, I didn't understand at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so then after my
Yeah.
second year, I obviously stayed longer, and then I understood more about how other things worked, and then I realized also like it takes a lot to get fired here, clearly,
Mm.
because I heard stories.
Oh my god, I know. That is one of the things too that like well first before I bring that up, I wanted to say if anybody out there gets a seasonal position, just know that you can file for unemployment after they
Right.
either let you
And I
go
didn't know
or if
that
the
at the first
season's
time. I didn't
done
know that.
because
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know because they
Yeah,
don't
they don't.
share that and
Of
it's
course, they're not going to share it. They
annoying.
don't want to pay you for not working. They're laying you off to
Yeah.
work. Like,
And one thing that I noticed that was a very like consistent thing that that the
mm,
managers that we
mm.
were under would let slide is the fact that there was a racist employee. Do you remember? They're probably even still there.
Oh,
They're
you're
probably
talking
still there.
about
But it's
Miss Thang,
uh-huh.
Miss Thang Thang
Yeah.
that likes to play with
Yeah.
people. Oh yeah, girl.
There's this one time that we were so I had this customer, they were Filipino were like they're not anymore. They
But
are
they changed.
they are Filipino. So I was photographing the customer. And one of the outfits was a barong, which is a traditional shirt that Filipino men wear for certain occasions, mostly weddings, but there are certain occasions where they wear it. And I remember this mom was like holding up the shirt, passing it to her kid, and Miss Thing popped out in the corner like, "Oh, that's a nice shirt. What is that? Where is that from?" And then
I
they were
see it
saying the
happening right now.
the family was saying, "Oh, it's from the Philippines." Oh, I thought it's from Chinatown. And then hearing that, I was like, "No, it's Filipino. It's a Filipino thing." I was like, "Yeah, don't they sell that in Chinatown?" I was like, No, what they have in Chinatown is things from China. And she's like, what? No, isn't it?
She's so
I was like,
ignorant. She's so ignorant,
you need to
child.
stop. Yeah, because I mean, apparently we all look the same.
She's so ignorant. And see, I had the similar experience too because my friend, I wasn't at the appointment, but they told me about everything that happened, and they were basically telling me how, because she had her hair braided, how the girl was Miss Thang was all trying to touch their hair, and they're like, "Girl, like, what are you doing?" Like, "Oh, this your
She's wrong
hair?
for
Is
that.
this real?" Da, 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 da. Yes. And
No,
so
is it real?
my friend was
Oh my
texting
god.
me like, "Who is this?" Da, 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 da. Oh, so that's Miss Thang, honey. She likes to play costume, if you know what I mean.
Oh, she likes to play costume. I love that.
Anyway, so I was like,
Oh,
"Yeah, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, she's just ignorant, girl. You just gonna have to pay it. And if you want to sue, go ahead and sue the company, honey. I don't care. You can that girl." But yeah, no, she's very ignorant.
did I ever tell you this one time when like she told me that her neighbor, I don't even know, I was wasting my time talking to her. She was telling me
I'm
this one
wasting my
time, like
time.
I think it was her neighbor or her like daughter's friend. Who cares? So, anyways, she knew someone that had a son, right? And we were talking about like, oh, so something about relationships, and then I said, oh, at the time, now my fiance. I was like, oh yeah, my
Your
boyfriend,
what?
blah blah
Not
blah
your
blah.
what?
My
Ooh,
fiance.
okay.
Yes,
Yes.
two words, bitch. Not
Yes.
one. I'm just kidding. No, anyways,
Yes.
and she was saying like, oh, so my friend has a son, and I was thinking that maybe you could meet him sometime because like maybe you can give him some advice on life and da 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 da. Just like it was just weird, a weird approach. And I was like, advice on life? Like, what do you mean? Like, does he need help with something or because I was so confused. And she said, no, because like he's like like I think the parents aren't as accepting.
Basically, he needs help being gay. She was like, "Oh,
And I was like,
she was like, oh, you're a queen, honey. Teach him a thing or two. Teach him a thing or two, honey. No, she's a
yeah,
queen,
and I was like,
honey.
oh my god,
Queen of my
so
ass.
that was the dumbest thing ever.
No, she's
Anyways,
so like she. No, I'm gonna give it to her. She was a good photographer. I learned a few things from her. I did. I learned a few things from her.
oops.
I won't say great photographer. I say good photographer. Calm down. I'm a great photographer.
Even
I'm a
good?
great
Oh
photographer.
no,
I'm a phenomenal photographer, actually. But
I don't think she was good
no, she
at
was good. I
all.
think she was good. I think she, knew how to do what she did. You know what I mean? For what it was. Would I hire her outside
No.
of this? Would I hire her outside of this? No, I wouldn't. But if I was going to take someone to get some good creative ideas, I would definitely give it to her.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to disagree with
And
you.
that's
I
fine. And that's
can't.
fine. But I'm still right.
It's
But I'm
really
still right.
hard to feel. It's really hard for me to feel empathy for
Well, I don't
someone
feel
who
empathy
has
for her. I just
shown.
think that she was creative. Yeah, she took a long time sometimes, but I felt that she was creative.
And I don't care.
And you don't. And on that note, take a drink, everybody.
No, because when you saying that she was a great photographer,
No, I said good. I'm great.
I mean good. Sorry, good. For me, I don't think so. I was put in a lot of situations where I had to do the grunt work. I had to keep up the pace because of her slowness.
Right.
By the
No,
way,
I
this
get
is
that. I
like
get that.
not only was she racist, but she was also very slow. And I
No, yeah, I get that. Especially for you because you were a supervisor, you were in charge. I was just an aspiring photographer at the time. Everybody was, someone I could learn from at the time. So for
but
me, being still new.
but even without my title, I would still work the same. I didn't work too fast and I didn't work too slow. I was
No,
just
I get it.
okay.
Because once I became a photographer too, I photographed in circles around there.
I
Yeah.
was photographing maybe like 7 to her 2, which is annoying. 7 people to her 2 people
But you also, well, I don't
every
want to say that, but
every hour. No, go
age,
ahead.
age does have play a factor sometimes, and she be on that ganja child, so you don't do everybody justice.
The one time I did find her, puberty. The one time I did find her cool was when feathers became a thing in your hair. when like people would put feathers, and I was like,
Mhm.
oh, that's a cool little trend. But other than that, no. Bye. She can
Not the
go.
trend. Now she was a trendy girl. Now she was a trendy girl. What?
But the whole thing, like the whole experience of like being or having to work with somebody like that,
Mm.
it also lands. It goes back to the manager, the management. Like I didn't understand with all these things that they knew, they
They're
still
biased.
kept her.
They're biased. And again, it takes a lot to get fired there. And when you have someone who's willing to show up, you gonna take them.
I guess desperate.
Hello.
Anyways, what's going on with you at the moment? What's current life, current like work stuff?
Well,
What's going on?
earlier I mentioned I'm a videographer and producer. We just
Yeah.
recently wrapped up season 2 of one of the reality shows I've been working on for the past year. Yes, thank you. So that's what I've been really on right now. I'm just kind of taking a break and kind of refocusing and restructuring myself.
What is coming up next?
I mean, to be honest, I'm not sure yet. There's a few things in the works. Maybe another reality show, one or two. Again, producing and doing video for. But I also work with a rapper as well, and so we constantly have stuff going on with him and his music.
Wait, the same one that you. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, cool.
Yeah, we've been working together for like over 2 years. About to go
Years.
over 3 now.
Yeah,
Yeah, so um, we've been
that's pretty good.
so we have a couple music videos coming out.
Good job. Good
Yeah,
job.
yeah. So I just kind of help him with his creative content, really booking interviews and stuff like that. So I'm kind of like PR as well a little bit. So
That's what I love about you. You're very like you don't take yourself as just a like someone who creates content and media. Like yeah, you do all these things, but you don't always want to be the front face of everything that you do. Like you like behind the scenes and stuff. And like I'm kind of like the opposite. I like to be the face of things, and you've helped me in my journey of like
same
in
here.
this whole
This is why I'm
thing.
here
Yeah,
because of
that's just
you. Because this is new for me, being in front of the face. Um, so yeah, this is not something I would normally do, but I feel like I'm a good support system. If I believe in what I see, I'm a supporter.
supporter and the head driver.
Now, right? Hello.
The head driver. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, reword it. No, rewind.
My bad.
Ah!
Entrepreneur. That's what you are.
Yeah. So little stuff like that. So, but those are just little things. Again, all this stuff is still something that I never really expected to be going and doing. I started off as just a photographer, and as the years went on, I became a videographer, then a producer, then working a little NPR/management. So
Yeah, that's really cool. I remember a time when we were still working together, and you were very like you were contemplating about I don't know what to do with myself, and I'm really glad you found your way
yeah, well,
because
I'm still working on
seeing
it.
you. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
you're always going to
yeah,
be working on something and feel incomplete in some way because I think we
right,
all are
right.
kind of like that.
But I'm definitely a different
But the
place than I
fact,
was when you said, yeah, I definitely have been. And you're part of that too,
yeah,
because
yeah.
you helped me. You're a creative, a content creator, and you're in the face a lot of things and behind the scenes of things. So you kind of showed that you can do both as well, and you pushed me to do
Thanks.
it, pushed me to be out there as well. So
Because it's fun when you have the
mm,
results like posted
mm,
and people see it and then you get like, the feedback
right,
and stuff. It's actually pretty fun. Sometimes the feedback can
and
suck,
negative,
but
but that's
yeah,
on the.
but then again, you're still trying to make a
I'm just
living
doing me.
out
I'm
of
just
it,
living my life, my best life, and if that's not good enough for you,
Yeah.
bye. Hello.
Yeah, the most important thing is the fact that you're enjoying what you're
Right.
doing.
Right. And that's so
Yeah.
far I have been enjoying what I've been doing, which has allowed me to continue doing what I've been doing, you know.
Hmm.
Even this podcast we've been doing, we talked about it a few times, but I just felt like I
I
wasn't maybe
know,
in
I know.
the it was always an idea I wanted to do with you, but I feel like I wasn't always ready. You know what I mean? I always felt like I
Hmm.
wasn't ready for this moment. And again, I just realized the past couple of years there's really no perfect moment. You just kind of have to just start and go. And everything that's been
Yeah,
been
I mean,
doing, especially after the pandemic. and kind of just realize you just got
Yeah,
to do it. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Sit down, take a few moments, and do it. So, you know,
Same
a
here.
lot has to do with you and our friendship that has blossomed over the past decade. So, what's next for you, Mister Ickes? Okay, I heard fiance
Um,
earlier. You said something like that.
yeah, after this I'm gonna sleep. No, so as of right now, I am planning my wedding next year with my fiance,
Yes,
and we are hoping that everything goes well because planning a wedding is not like my experience so far has been like okay, but it's also been a bit like kind of a roller coaster because you have to think about things that you don't really think about, like what am I gonna wear
girl,
or
I know you. I'm sure we got
what
a
is the
catalog
court
of
gonna wear?
outfit ideas, honey. Miss
Yeah,
Brazilla. Okay, looking
but I
like
mean,
Maleficent. Come on, Maleficent.
there's like other things that like are coming into play that I never really talk about,
Right.
like venues.
Mm-hmm.
They don't offer everything
You need. It's not like a
that
one-stop
you
shop.
need and you want, and it's
Right.
insane. Like you would think that they would have outdoor ceremony, indoor reception for every place. No,
Every
they're
place,
not like
right?
that.
It's
I
never
didn't
going that
know.
way.
Yeah, I feel so new to that, and like I didn't really ask for much advice prior to like planning. We're still in the early stages,
Mm-hmm.
so I can't like even right now I can't give you like solid concrete information or whatever you ask me. Like right now we're still planning our court outfits, our outfits. We're
Do you
still
have a color,
planning
a theme?
the guest list. Yeah, the color we're going with is periwinkle.
Homosexual. Homosexual. It's giving homosexual.
It's because he likes blue and I like purple.
Okay,
Meshed together, you
that's
get
cute.
a fairy color.
Hello, Queen Fairy in front of me. Hello, Queen Mother. Queen Mother
Are
of
you
the
looking at
house.
yourself?
No, I'm looking at you, girl. You know exactly what I'm looking at. Well, that's cute. I actually like the color. I think that's cute. And who'd be more of a bridezilla, you or him?
Apparently it's me.
I
I thought
believe
it
it.
would be him, but it's me.
I believe it.
Apparently
I'll
it's
second
me.
it. Just based off my experience with you, honey. If you haven't seen his TikToks and his Instagrams, honey, it gives bridezilla. And if you know the fiance, he's very chill.
Total opposite of
Yeah,
me, that's for sure.
yeah.
Very laid back.
So how long
Yeah,
have y'all
I
been
meet
together?
every 16 years.
Wow. 16
Yeah,
years.
I
That's a
know.
baby. That's a whole teenager, girl. What he got you pregnant? What he got you pregnant? You trapped the man? How'd y'all meet?
We met in Hawaii, and we met through Downlink.
Yeah, I'm
I don't
like,
know if
what's
you.
that?
You're not old enough. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm young. I'm a fresh flower. I'm still fresh.
So before Grinder, there was a website called Downlink,
Okay.
and it was more of a network, not a dating app. It was because there weren't apps back then. Oh my god, I feel so old.
Hey, Dean.
But it was
Google,
more like a
what
networking.
is?
No.
Well, I guess. What do y'all use? Siri. Sorry.
Oh yeah, yeah, Siri. No, but yeah, we met through a network site called Downlink,
Okay.
and we chat on there, and then yeah, we met up, we hung out, and started dating right away. Actually, we didn't really waste much time because I thought he was cute, so
Yes.
is still, and
Yes. Come on. Let's give me
yeah,
love.
and it was funny because like when we first met,
Mm-hmm.
the whole like online thing, phone call, texting. I remember he told me he sent one of my videos to his friend and was like, "Hey, what do you think of this guy?" And like watching my YouTube videos, and it was
Yes.
I think it was the one I did of uh so there was this video that I did where like I had a bandana on, but I put lipstick on one side and had one like dangly earring, and I was lip singing to this Lizzie McGuire song from the movie, and I was
Yes.
like doing each part,
Yes.
and
It's giving classic ickes.
Yeah.
Classic ickes.
It's kind of embarrassing in a way. It's like his friend was that was the first impression with his friend. So I don't know, but yeah, 16 years later, here we are.
16 later, yeah, and now you're engaged to be married, child. Yeah.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you.
Yes.
I've gotten a lot of messages, Facebook, Instagram, even like when YouTube used to do like inbox messages. And people would always ask me like, are you gonna do class project again, or like, because I was known for that.
Class project. I remember we were at a school once, and they were like, "Are you ickes?" And I was like, "Ooh." And they're like, "Are you ickes?" And I was like, not them recognizing this YouTube boy. And I was like, okay, yes, come on.
Yeah, that was like that's weird when like work and like self employment kind of mix. I don't know. That was just weird for me, but it was a cool experience.
Yeah, no, I thought it
one
was
that
actually
you're
pretty
talking about.
neat. I thought it was pretty neat to see
Yeah.
that happen. And that's when I knew you were
Yeah.
official. Okay. I was like, it wasn't just delusional. It was officially the case. Yes, it is. Y'all better check them out on YouTube. Class project.
Yes. But yeah, the reason why I've been like slowing down my content on my main channel is because I wanted everybody to know that I've been doing content with a different channel. We have millions of subscribers, so my I did sign a contract where I'm not able to do certain things on my own.
Okay.
So I have to keep it clean. So yeah, that's where I've been. But yeah, anyways. So what are you drinking over there?
I have been drinking rum with a little bit of pineapple mango juice, the Tropicana, and a little Red
Nice.
Bull.
Nice.
Top it off. Yeah. What about you, sir?
I have a little bit of vodka, peach vodka with what is this? It's like sparkling ice as my flavor.
The ice drinks.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah, from Sam's Club, I believe.
Yes, ice. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it's been good. It's delicious. I like it. Y'all should try it.
It's treating me well. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I think I want to refill real quick. Hold that thought.
Well, let's do it. Refill your drinks. Refill your drinks.
Okay, I'm back.
Wait, let me refill mine. Hold on, I got on my phone. Someone was calling me.
Well, I just didn't want to disappear from the screen.
Commercial break.
Hi guys. Hi. Commercial break. Oh my god. Like ASMR. I'm gonna pour my sparkling ice. Oh god, it sounds like I'm going to the bathroom.
Aren't you?
So look at this Starbucks cup. It's shiny gold. This is one of the holiday cups that came out not too long ago, and like I've been seeing it on Instagram and people blowing it up. Especially getting it at Target, and it's so ridiculous, but it's like a $30 cup. But yeah, I think the fact that I have it, I'm like, oh, it's so ridiculous. But then again, I got up at like 4 a.m. to go get it at some Starbucks.
Wait, not 4 a.m., child. Oh, Lord.
I know. I'm going to read you customer feedback, and I want your reaction, okay?
Is this from the place we used to work at?
Maybe. But it's also related. I think it's relatable to a lot of people.
Okay.
You just lost a customer.
I'll gain another one. I might gain 2 more. Thank you for
I love it. Okay. Let me tell you another one. I'm telling my friends not to shop here ever again.
Honey, based on how you look, honey. Next caller.
You would say that. This one I never got. It's kind of popular for like retail, but when they say like, do you know how much I spend here?
No, I'm not your personal shopper. Do you know how much I make here to give a fuck? Right.
But to me, it's like thank you, but we're not a charity.
Yeah, you choose to come here. We're not telling you to shop here. We're
Exactly.
Not, you're over here trying to spend your husband's money because you don't want to be at home. Girl, don't blame us.
Here's a famous one that a lot of people in the food industry would hear. Every time I come here, my order gets messed up. Have you ever said that?
Have I said that? No, because I never said that. But it's like you come here so often. Like, why do you keep coming here if it's always a mistake?
Exactly. So like
Like,
I remember I said that about a certain location for a Starbucks, and I said that once, but I never went back ever again. So
yeah.
yeah,
No, I
why
mean
go back if you're
they
gonna say
don't. They
that?
have to act. They swear like it's their personal chef in the kitchen. Like these are different workers. It might be someone new. It might be someone old. It might be someone who don't give a fuck at the moment. Like you never know. It's
Or,
not right. It's not always the same person. So you have to give these
or
people a grace.
or it might be the same person messing it up all the time. No, because there's this one time I went to a Starbucks and I was like, I usually order the same drink. Well, at the time, but because I don't really go to Starbucks as much. But I remember I ordered the
Don't.
same drink all the time, and I ordered a cinnamon dulce frappuccino, right? And this lady made my drink, and it tasted like caramel. And I was like, "Why is there a caramel drizzle in there? It tastes like caramel." And she goes, "Oh, in order for it to taste like cinnamon, we add caramel."
That doesn't make sense.
Right. And I was just like, "Okay," but the drink wasn't. It didn't taste bad, so I kept it.
But it wasn't what you asked for.
But it was the oh my god, it was the dumbest like description of how to make it taste like cinnamon. I don't know. And I'm pretty sure she still works there.
I'm sure.
Okay, next one. This is pretty infamous. I'd like to speak to the manager.
I am the manager. How can I help you?
I remember this one time when I was working in the studio. And like this was during the time when like after the shutdown, because like business closes and then open back up a little bit, and like we slowly had like appointments. And since we work in the studio, a lot of girls would come in with their makeup already done, and I remember this one girl came and I was, we were all wearing masks at the time. And I was like, "Oh, before you come in the studio, you're going to have to put on a mask." And the mom looks at me and she goes, "But her makeup." And I said, "Well, we can reschedule." And then I
There's
closed the
COVID out
door.
there, Miss Thing.
But yeah, the girl that wanted to take pictures ended up holding the mask over instead of like putting it on. Can you check the back?
The back of what?
Just think of retail, like retail
Oh, okay. Can you
clothing
check the
store.
back?
Can you check the back?
Sure, I'll be back in 1 second.
What would you do back there?
Go back there, girl. Can you believe this girl asked me to come back here?
I remember I did work at Express before, that clothing store usually in most malls.
Okay.
But no, there's nothing back there but like a locker to put our
I
stuff.
mean, I have said that before myself. Can you check the back? Because usually you just really want it, and you want them to just double check.
Oh,
And
so you're one of them.
I am, and I'll do it again. Okay, like go check, do your job. Like I want to buy something.
Oh,
No,
not
you're
do your job. Don't be mean to these people. Okay?
I'm not being mean, but like, do you want to make a sale or not? Or no?
I've been to a bunch of Louis Vuitton stores where like they would judge you by the way you look, and it's
Oh, those kind of stores for sure.
but it's so annoying because we're the ones shopping for the stuff. Y'all are just there to work, and I'm not trying to like discount their.
Be nice. What did you just tell me earlier? Be nice.
I just find it annoying to be judged
You know, it
like
is
that.
annoying because you never know what anyone, especially nowadays, you never know who has money and who doesn't. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
not based on how they look anymore. I guess at one point in time, yes, it was based on that, but now everybody look the same, and usually the people with money don't look like they got money, and people with no money look like they got all the money. So
Yeah, but it's weird because like there's this one time I dressed down, kind of like right now. I would go into like a designer store and they wouldn't even acknowledge me.
mm,
But then when I'm like dressed up and clearly they see that I'm wearing other brands,
mhm.
I don't get that. Like they come up to me and like,
That is
"Hi,
fine.
how can I
Right.
help you?" I'm like, "Okay, really?" Like it's so annoying. And I remember I went to this like flagship Louis Vuitton store, and they told me because I was trying to buy so like there's a bag that I have where it comes with this little padlock, and I
Mhm.
lost it, and I went there to see if I can get a replacement, and they told me that, oh, that's usually, what is it called, like a spare part item. I don't know what that
Mhm.
means, but to them it means like they can't sell it to me because we have to prove, or I have to prove that I made a purchase for this particular bag that it
Mm.
comes with. And I was like, okay, you can check my shopping history to see that I did buy the bag.
Right.
And they would tell me like it's not on there, which is so stupid because when I called customer service, they said, "Yeah, your history is there ever since 2015. We can see it back, all the way, this far."
Mhm.
I'm like, I don't get why the flagship store would say that to me, but whatever. That's what it is. Designer stores being bougie for no reason. I feel like I have influenced you in a lot of purchases.
I mean, you got me definitely into Coach bags more because I remember when I first was working at that place. We won't say. Um, I remember when I was working there. At that time I was still new to bags, and I was getting bags from places like Aldo. Because I remember we went to Vegas for your birthday one year. I had bought a bag from Aldo
Oh,
that I was
yeah, yeah,
looking.
yeah.
I still have it too. Actually, I still have most of them. But then you were like telling me, well, you might as well pay a few extra dollars and get better quality leather. And I was like, oh, okay. And then we started going shopping together, and you took me to the Coach store, and I was like, oh, you're right. And then the sales, I was like, you're right, and they pretty much last. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
I have a bag that I've been wearing for over a year every day to work. You know what I mean? And it's barely now starting to not even tear, but like the seam in the handle part is getting a little loose. But that's
Mm-hmm.
how I put it in the drawer. I should take better care of it, but you definitely did influence me on that a little bit. I will say
Sorry, not sorry.
right, sorry, not sorry, right. Pretty much that's what it's giving. Right. Right. For
Yeah, and
sure.
I love Coach. Like,
I do too. I like
even
the
though,
freshness and funness of them. Yeah.
yeah, like even though it like they're they're a contemporary brand, so when they bring out something that's trendy, it never comes back after it sells out.
Right, right.
But for me, like all their classic stuff, like especially their leather, because leather can be really expensive, but I feel like for their price point, they have like really decent
Good
stuff,
quality.
decent quality. They don't
Okay.
like mix it with, because those bags that have like PVC on them.
Mhm.
Like Michael Kors does that, which by the way, I used to work for Michael Kors, and oh my god, I
I
hated
remember
that job.
that you and someone else from where we used to work at used to work there. And you also met someone that used to work there as well there. A
Who?
newer old friend.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I was like, you know exactly who I'm talking about. I would do an impression, but I'll spare them, honey.
Which, by the way, if y'all wear Michael Kors bags,
Take it back.
yep, y'all should go back and just get a Coach bag. Michael Kors uses a lot of PVC. Like they say canvas, but it's PVC, which is canvas material, and they coat it with plastic. So when it bends and stuff, and you don't take care of it, it cracks. It's just not a very good quality. But I only say that because since I worked there for a year, I see what they did in the
Then
back
you worked
room.
there for a year?
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know why. Why did I put myself through that?
Well, I think
Because I
I think
was.
you started during layoff and then you stayed there for a while.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I did look for. Yeah, this was my, I guess, like a second job.
At the time, yeah.
Yeah, and then I was still trying to do like that studio stuff.
Hmm.
But
Not that studio
yeah,
stuff, honey.
studio stuff. I'm above that now. I'm a content
I
creator.
mean, come on, content creator. Content creator, CC. Come on,
Oh
CC.
my god. Is there? Looks like we're about to hit an hour here. Is
It's
there
that time.
anything else that you'd like to talk about?
I mean, at this moment, no. I mean, everyone's just gonna have to come back for the next episode to see everything else I have to say.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to make a shout out to to Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer.
Jennifer
Jennifer
who?
T.
Okay.
Jennifer T.
Because there's a lot of Jennifers out there in the world.
Oh yeah,
Jennifer's
Jennifer T.
Body. You know what I mean? Jennifer
I
Lopez. Like, I just want a clarification.
can you hear something? Can you hear like background? Like, do you hear
I
like
don't.
dumping like laundry? Oh, okay,
I
because
don't.
we have our laundry going.
I
No,
don't
it's fine.
know.
It's fine. Anyways.
Oh, is that the future husband?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Much more clothes.
But yeah, no. Shout out to Jennifer T. Okay,
Yes.
JT in the
Um,
house.
so JT, I used to sit next to her in the studio, and I miss her a lot. She was really cool.
She's a good time. She's funny.
Yeah, she's a very good time.
Yes.
And we also sit.
She loves her snacks.
We also yeah, I forgot about that. We also sat next to some bitch that we didn't like. Okay, I should stop.
Tell me
Oh,
more.
you ever had to deal with like a toxic coworker?
Oh, child. They still exist.
Where can our viewers find you on social
You can
media?
find me on Instagram at I_am_T_Watt. I am T-Wat. Or check my photography page, T_Watson_photography. Or you can even check my website, twatsonphotography.com. And if you're on Twitter, it's just T-Watson photo. Just T-Watson
What's
photo,
on your
girl. Don't get too
Twitter? What are you
excited.
tweeting?
Just don't get too excited.
What are you tweeting?
Check out. Go follow me and find out.
And I'm iCKEST. You can find me on Instagram as ickest.mp3, or here, YouTube.
Yes, you too.
Or where else am I? I don't know. Just Google
Google
me,
me,
baby.
bitch. Yes. Hit them with the Google me, bitch.
But I also have merch on ickest.com,
Yes.
and I'm also bringing out more content on there. So yeah, you can find me on there. That's my main hub where you can find things all ickest. And yeah, like and subscribe. Follow us on our social media.
Yes.
And thank you for watching.
Yes.
Meet me at
The
the
Watercooler.
Watercooler.
Let us know what you want to hear next. Because, we got things to say.
All right. Love y'all.
Bye. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Gotta go.